Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel on this Thursday morning, afternoon or evening across the world where you may be at. And today I'm going to be talking to you about female autism from my own female autistic perspective. I think this topic is important to talk about, and it's a topic that's been requested, so I thought I would talk about it today. So let's get into it. As somebody on the autism spectrum, as somebody who's a female, I think this topic is crucial and important to talk about because a lot of people have assumed that my autism does not affect me because autism and the stereotype of it being only affecting men and boys. This is due to the current ratio of boys to females, which is currently 3 to 1 within the United Kingdom. This is the most updated ratio, which was given by the National Autistic Society, which is the UK's largest autism charity, which I'll link down below in the video description. And the fact that young girls and women like myself are able to successfully master my struggles, this means often that we don't get noticed or end up being picked up. We end up also getting misdiagnosed with mental health conditions, which makes it harder to identify our autistic traits. Just because I may not present the obvious traits or behaviours of the autism spectrum does not mean or does not say that I do not have autism, or does not mean I do not have it. Every day is a challenge for me because of my environment, the stimuli that I experience, smells, touch, taste, eye contact, having constant heightened anxiety, which makes it harder for me to process everyday situations and to maintain friendships and relationships. Because people assume that I am blunt or rude or direct, I don't mean to be. I thrive on having a routine, so I know what I'm doing to keep my anxiety and sensory overloads lowered, and also I do things to self-soothe, such as twirl my hair or play with my bracelets or sensory fidgets, which helps me to keep my flight response lowered and makes me less anxious. People do not understand the thoughts that are in my head. People think that I'm rude or Gemma does not want to respond to me. This is not true at all. In fact, I want to respond to you. The fact is that I have so much sensory processing going on in my head. It's hard to process everything in the outside. I may look normal on the outside, but on the inside I'm crumbling from all the expected pressure to conform to the everyday stereotypical box that I'm expected to conform to. I also have to try and read people's body language, which I simply cannot do, and it's too much emotions to read all at one time. People like to say that my autism is mild. It is not mild at all. You experience me mildly, but I do not experience my autism mildly. It's a constant everyday battle. I have to mask and mimic my symptoms so society accepts me for not being autistic, for being autistic or not being autistic in their eyes, but I'm autistic. It's part of me. So I wanted to kind of just go through my own autistic tendencies a little bit. So for me, I have problems with eye contact. Obviously, I'm very anxious a lot of the time. It takes me several attempts to record this video, and I have to write my scripts to keep me on topic so I don't end up waffling. So you can see here is my script with all my bullet points on. But yeah, female autism is not mild, everybody. It's not mild. Autism in general is not mild. So when people say, oh, well, your autism is so mild, you're able to function successfully, you're able to talk, you're able to get up, you're able to be independent, you're able to get dressed on your own, you're able to, be a fully functioning adult in society. Yes, I am able to be a fully functioning adult in society. Yes, I'm able to live on my own independently. Yes, I don't need carers or medical professionals to look after me. No, I don't. But my life is not easy, guys. I have to have constant routines. I have to rely on people. I have to rely on public transport. I have to constantly script my videos so that I get lowered anxiety, because every day that I do these videos I get highly anxious, I get irritable, I get upset with myself. It's a struggle with all the noise that I can hear from outside. Like currently there's builders outside and I can hear every little movement, every little footstep, and it processes in my head, and I'm like sitting going, and calm, Gemma, and calm, and breathe, because I can hear every single sound. Like even though I've got my tumble dryer going in my kitchen drying my clothes right now, I can still hear that. The kitchen door is closed, so I can still hear that going off. And obviously I try and wear things that are not too colourful because I'm not really much of a colourful person, but I've learned to adapt my wardrobe, like especially when I go out to my Elvis tribute. I wear a lot of sequin items, I wear a lot of bright coloured outfits because I'm trying to come out of my comfort zone, and that takes me time to process that because I have to pick the colours that I want, that I'm comfortable with. I have to pick the sequins that make sure they're not going to itch my skin. I have to make sure that my skin's not going to feel on fire. I have to make sure that I've got a suitable sequin coat or a sequin jacket or a sequin top or a sequin vest, or a little sequin ring or bracelet, something that's not going to irritate me too much that I'm going to get oversensitized. Because a lot of the time autistic females are on heightened alert all the time. We do mask and mimic a lot of our symptoms, so we may do things like fancying celebrities, or we may copy other females by reading books or listening to music, or we may buy the latest designer handbag, or we may buy the latest designer shoes, or we do stuff that is expected of the everyday normal neurotypical female. And people say, oh well, Gemma, you like designer stuff. Yes, I do. I've got some Bloomingdale's bags, I've got an Elvis Presley bag, well, bags. I've got designer trainers. Yes, I have. I've got my Vans slip-on shoes and stuff. Yeah, they may be designer, but they're what I like. They're comfortable. They're safe for me. They're routine. They're stuff that I know that I've bought before, that I know I'm going to use and get the money out of. And people say, "Oh well, because you're female, you can't be autistic." Do you know how stupid and ridiculous that sounds? Because I'm autistic, clearly. Like, I struggle to communicate. I have to script a lot of my stuff. I have to have a routine every day. I have to plan what I'm doing. So I have to plan doing my washing. I have to plan putting my washing away. I have to plan doing my YouTube videos. I have a diary that I write everything in. I plan when I'm going out with my best friend. I plan when I'm going out with my dad. I plan when I'm going out with my sister. I plan where we're going, what time we're going, what time we're going to come back. I plan how I'm getting there, how I'm getting back. I need a strict routine every single day of the week, because then at least that keeps my anxiety in my head lower. Because what you guys don't see is that a lot of my autism, my anxiety is in my head. I can't show you what's up there. I can only show you what's on the outside here, the physical part of how I am. I can't show you the in-depth stuff that's in my head going round and round and round and round and round on a vicious cycle. No, I can't, because I don't know what it's like myself. I'm having to adapt to it, adjust to it, try and change my mindset from being a negative mindset to a positive mindset, and that takes time. Because people say, oh, you're so positive all the time, you're so woohoo, and you're so happy, and Gemma's so smiley, and she's never upset or pissed off, or she's never triggered. And yeah, I am, but I mask it because I have to, because society expects me to be this woohoo person all the time. They expect Gemma to be calm and rational, and because I thrive off logic and routine and structure and order, my brain has to have that so that I don't flip out or get overstimulated or get to a point where I'm in meltdown mode. And people think, oh well, meltdown's a temper tantrum. No, meltdowns and tantrums are two different things. A meltdown is where you are very, very overloaded with thoughts and feelings and emotions, and you've bottled it up for so long and so long and so long, and then your brain just goes boom and you lose it all. Whereas a temper is where you're throwing your parts on, screaming, shouting, yelling, cussing, because you're not getting your own way. A temper tantrum is what a child does, whereas an autistic meltdown is completely different. We have to process so much in our heads all the time. So I hope this video about female autism has helped you. Please give it a like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll be back next time. Bye guys!